How's it going, guys? David's Fix here, and today I am riding a CB300R. I really like the look of these bikes. Yeah, they look really modern, they look really cool. Upside down forks in the front. This is a little bit ugly, but you know, regulations, blah blah blah. You know, you just cut that off, put a plate over there, boom, you're done. You got a nice looking bike. This is a 300cc single cylinder, 31 horsepower, 27 newton meters of torque. Very light, 147 kilos. You have a nice little display over there. You have a very annoying kickstand, which is your foot hits the foot peg when you're gonna put it down, so you kind of have to purposely bend the foot peg, and yeah, I don't know, it's just one of those little niggly things that kind of annoy me, but oh well. I'm sure you get used to it. The seat is kind of uncomfortable. Honestly, it looks really nice. The seat looks good. I don't know, I haven't looked into the looks of seats, but I like the look of the seat, but it don't feel good, that's for sure. Let's go for a ride. I like that this thing has ABS for days like this, for example, when it's a little bit wet. You can just go tuk 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 tuk. There we go. And it's also not very aggressive either. So I've been doing some commuting on this thing for today, and so far it's kind of been, how can I put this without saying it? I can't. It's been a little bit disappointing. I really wanted to really like this bike, and I just find that it's missing something. Something about it is just not there. I've ridden the other single cylinder bikes of the same class, and I found those other ones to have a lot more character. This one here, in my opinion, is the best looking out of the three main 300cc bikes. So you have the BMW G310R and the Duke 390. Those are like the main comparison ones for these bikes, and right off the bat the Duke 390 makes much more power, like 45 to 50 horsepower. The BMW G310 is nearer in power. I think it's 36 horsepower, but it feels nicer to ride. Even though it's a very light bike, I found handling to be slightly slow. And I have ridden this on the dry as well. It's not just because I'm riding on the wet. I just found it to be not as agile as I thought it would be. But I think the main thing that has let me down is the engine. I think Honda could have done a bit better in the acceleration of this bike, and I'm saying that because I think they tried to make the bike more motorway capable in terms of top speed and cruising speed with your RPMs, but they kind of ruined the acceleration overall. So this is a 7-second bike to 100. Oof. You know, you don't need a very expensive car to be able to beat that. So let's overtake this guy here. I'm full throttle right now. Yeah, this is going uphill. Oh, I barely managed to get 110. Yeah, I'm a little bit disappointed in that regard, because again, this is a really good looking bike. It just really lacks in power, or maybe they have geared the bike too high, which it doesn't seem like it, because I'm already doing 5,000 RPM and I'm doing only like 80 Ks, so it's a bit of a shame. Yeah, they could have gone a lot nicer feeling on acceleration. I feel like a bigger sprocket on the rear would probably fix this and make it a little bit more peppy off the line, but right now oof, I feel like I'm gonna kind of struggle on this motorway a little bit. It does sit right on the peak torque when you're in the motorway, so you do have those 27 newton meters for you to use. Ooh, but I don't know. That doesn't feel like enough. That kind of feels like 250 kind of power, not a 300. Seating position is nice, and you know, the build quality is good. That's the horn. The horn works nicely, guys. And the mirror visibility is a little bit annoying because I can see my elbows. I think they could have made it a little bit higher so that your elbows are not in the way, especially if you're riding a little bit more aggressively. Your elbows are going to be fully blocking that mirror. 80, 90. Feels fine, feels pretty stable. Doesn't feel like a really light bike. It's well planted. Of course, being a naked bike, I'm getting full wind, but I'm quite used to that. I don't really mind. Why Honda would gear this bike this way? I feel like they would have been better off. They would have had a more fun bike if they geared it a little bit lower. I'm doing 100. I'm doing 6,500 RPM. Oof, that's not that great. My Yamaha 225 is doing the same RPM as this 300cc bike, fuel injected. It has a nice little shift light, which is nice, but why am I seeing that shift light when I'm already in top gear? What gear am I going to change into? Am I really that close to top speed? I've been riding smaller bikes lately, and I feel like the price of this bike doesn't justify a purchase. I think there's better options, unless you really love the look of it, which I can see how people would really like it. It does look nice, but I don't know if I would get one. So it's a Honda, it's gonna last, it's gonna be economic. Fuel economy is good. I'll put it on the screen how much it is on average, but I don't think I will get one. And they're quite expensive as well. Even second hand, you'll be finding them for quite a bit of money. Would this be good as a first bike? I find it kind of easy to stall. In the low RPMs, it can be very bumpy, you know, single cylinder bumpy. And I find it to be particular to this bike, to the CB300R, because on other ones, I don't find it to be as bad as this. The way it's definitely down to the way they geared it. It's definitely geared a bit high, which wasn't worth it because the top speed isn't that great anyways. So Honda kind of messed themselves up a little bit with this bike. I would even honestly recommend a 250 over this. Or if you really want a 300 kind of range, get a BMW G310R or a Duke 390, or maybe a twin 250, you know, something like that. I think you'll be better off. Anyways guys, that brings us to the end of this video. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Let me know, do you have one of these bikes? Do you want one of these bikes? Why do you want one, and why do you have one? I want to know. Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe. I love you guys. I'll see you in the next video.